So if we're ready, today we focused on the planeo. And the planeo essentially is just, you can think of it as keeping the follower on her axis through movements. And in this case, it would be like through turns. And we started with the boleo and how the boleo, its base is from the planeo, because when I'm doing a boleo, I'm just working around my follower's axis, and that's going to allow the foot to do stuff, which essentially in this case, sometimes it'll come up. It's a reflex in that case if her foot comes up. But the key is to keep her on her axis through the entire process. We had a few exits in terms of how we can play with this, how we can use it to go into different steps. But in this case, we started with this. I keep her on her axis and I just lead her forward into a forward step. Close, exit, that's one. Number two, same idea, axis. She steps, same thing, forward step, but then I rotate her into a forward ocho sequence. And then the last one that we did was rotating her back out, here, boom, back around, and now I have the ability to go into a back ocho. So we have three, but there's lots more possibilities that you can do. Just play with it. The important thing at the end of the planeo, at the end of this boleo sequence, is this point here, because we're square. And if we're square, then you can do anything out of the square position. In this case, though, we are in cross system. So I would need to do something in cross system to go where I want to go. So we have those couple things, and the last thing that we did was the calacita, which is a planeo, but it's by name because of the nature of the step, which is kind of the merry-go-round thing where we walk around the follower. The key here, again, is to make sure that you keep equal distance from the follower as you're rotating around her. So as I'm walking around, I don't want to extend or go forward. If I go forward, I'm pushing her away. If I go backwards, I'm pulling her. So I want to maintain equal distance. The setup for this is exactly the same as before. I want to kind of have her squared. Notice my feet are kind of surrounding her foot. And then once she's in a good position, I just move around her and work her on her axis. And then I can do whatever. I can kind of do the same exits as before. So